Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening again. I'm Steve Hensley. Police continue to search for the man who they say believe is responsible for 5 people being shot on Interstate 75 Saturday. Here is the picture of the suspect, 32-year-old Joseph Couch of Woodbine. Police say he shot several cars and 5 people. WYMT's Amelia Lee joins us once again live from Laurel County. Amelia.
Steve, again, officers urge people to stay vigilant as the manhunt continues here in Laurel County for the suspect, Joseph Couch. Getting more in depth now about where the suspect purchased the firearm and what else he bought. According to the affidavit that was acquired by WYMT, Couch legally purchased the Cobalt AR-15 with a sight mounted from Center Target Firearms that's here in Laurel County. He also bought 1,000 rounds of ammunition according to that affidavit, but the shop did alert the Laurel County Sheriff's Office that that gun was purchased there on Saturday night. That's when they alerted them. As the manhunt continues, officers have been in the Daniel Boone Forest area on the hunt for Couch. This includes more than just the Kentucky State Police and the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. Mayor Randall Weddle says if you know something, let officials know.
If anybody has anything that or any information to share that will lead to the capture or arrest of this individual, get it to the law enforcement so we can get this guy picked up.
The affidavit did say officers found a duffel bag during their search, and that as well as several magazines of ammunition and, of course, empty shell casing, as well as the AR-15 that was purchased. And they say that the duffel did even say Couch on it. As of right now, several schools have already canceled school for tomorrow, and those are schools in this county and this area. In Laurel County, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Amelia, thank you very much. We are also learning more about the chaos that ensued when that active shooter was firing at cars on I-75. Multiple cars were hit. Some drivers and passengers were injured. Others just had damage to their cars and trucks. One man who was nearby says he believes he saw the suspect moments after the shooting. WYMT's Phil Pendleton continues our coverage.
It was in these woods behind me where a man says he believes he saw Joseph Couch moments after the shootings that took place on the interstate not far from here at the intersection of 909 and 25. Now, he did not want his face on camera. He did not want to be identified, but he says he believes the fact that he was armed and Couch wasn't may have saved his life.
Black SUV, a white male got out of it. No shirt on, red hat on backwards, blue jeans, comes running through the intersection right into the lot where we're at behind my trailer.
From there, he says the man took off into the woods. He says shortly after that, police flooded the area.
Had I not broke a brake line, we would have been on the interstate as he was shooting.
Yes, sir. I'm here at the 49 exit going towards Lexington. I just got shot at off the southbound side there.
Numerous people called 911 when their cars and trucks were shot. Some were telling them of injured passengers or of other drivers.
She's gushing blood bad.
Okay, and is she on the interstate with you?
Yeah.
49? Okay.
We're on the 49 on the northbound side here. She's gushing blood. I'm going to try something to stop this bleeding.
We just called you at mile marker 49, but we had to move up a mile. They're still shooting at, they just tried shooting at a motorcycle guy.
And dispatchers also told drivers to stay put. They said do not drive on for help, to stay exactly where they were because help was coming to them. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Dispatchers actually thought it was a drive-by shooting situation at first until callers reported something coming from possibly one of the cliffs above the interstate. Since this all happened, law enforcement agencies have been answering questions about what led up to the violence, and many of those questions had to do with the how and where Joseph Couch got the gun and ammunition they say was used in the attack. Now, law enforcement confirmed Sunday evening that the gun they say Joseph Couch used in the I-75 shooting was purchased legally. what law enforcement cannot explain what was going on in Couch's mind when he bought the gun.
I don't know why anybody would go up there and start shooting at people. I can't get in somebody's brain of why they do something this crazy. But it's an act of violence, and innocent people have got hurt.
Kentucky state law currently does not have a waiting period, which is the time between when a gun is purchased and when a gun is given to that buyer. A little more background information now about Couch. We understand he does have previous military experience. Officials say the AR-15 found at the scene was again bought on Saturday, right just before the shooting. Amelia had more on that a little earlier in her report. Now, previously, Couch had a terroristic threatening charge against him, we understand, but it was dismissed. London Mayor Randall Weddle provided a statement on social media about all this earlier today. He said, quote, "In light of the recent shooting in our community, I understand that emotions are running high. I encourage everyone to remain calm and support one another. Together, we can navigate this challenging time with strength and compassion. Let's focus on community and healing. I refuse to allow someone who chose violence to take us from our progress in this area. We are Kentucky strong. We are London, Laurel County strong. Pray for the victims and their families. Pray for all our first responders." As we continue to follow the situation out of Laurel County, make sure to download the WYMT News app for all the latest information. You can scan a QR code, the one there on your screen, for a link to download, and to make sure you will receive push notifications for updates. Notifications for the WYMT News app must be enabled, and check the breaking news, live reminders, and closing preferences in the app setting. Also, make sure you're downloading the latest version.
Now we had a beautiful day across the area in terms of temperature. Right now we're sitting at in the mid 70s. Numbers for today played out like this: 75 in Hazard, 76 in Jackson. Moorhead made it to 75. Irvin checked in with a high of 73. 79 was the high in Somerset. And right now, not too far from where our high end is. We're still sitting at 75 in Hazard, 76 Jackson. Ashland is at 78. Look at Louisville, the warm spot on the map, 82 degrees. Live pinpoint Doppler radar still getting a break today. It's going to get a break tomorrow and Wednesday. It's when we get into Thursday night that rain chances will start to ramp up, and we'll explain that coming up in a few minutes. But the next 12 hours keeps temperatures in the mid 60s by 1 a.m., upper 40s, low 50s. By the 7 o'clock time frame. When you wake up in the morning, we'll see temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Up next in the First Alert forecast, we're going to talk more about the tropics and how that's going to impact our weather late week, and that's coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Eric, thank you. Earlier today, Kentucky State Police and a deputy with the Knott County Sheriff's Office were involved in a shooting that left one man dead in the Lit Car community. WYMT's Austin Hicks has community reaction.
At approximately 8 a.m. Monday morning, the small community of Lit Car was shocked by gunfire. Patrick Feltner, who lives in the Lit Car area, said before the shooting took place, a man he did not know knocked on his door.
And I received a call from my wife who told me that she heard her dogs barking this morning, and then she got up and looked at the bedroom door and saw there was somebody standing at her front door. And by the time she got there, she saw someone take off across her bridge.
At this time, the events that led to the shooting were unknown. But what is known is that troopers from Kentucky State Police Post 13 and a deputy from the Knott County Sheriff's Office were called to the scene, and a shootout occurred that left one man dead. Feltner said the incident happening so close to home is shocking.
Well, I mean, you never think of something like this is going to happen, especially in a little area like here. I mean, you look at the news every day and you see something going on, and everybody always says you don't expect it to happen to you till it happens. And
this shooting is another violent crime that Eastern Kentucky has seen following the mass shooting on I-75 in Laurel County. As a school teacher at Jones Fork Elementary, shootings are always something Feltner is concerned about.
Well, it does seem like kind of out of nowhere that, especially here in this state, it's kind of just started happening quite a bit. I mean, as a school teacher, gun violence is something that, you worry about quite a bit.
Feltner warns people to be cautious and alert each day, as you never know what may happen.
Always err on the side of caution. don't open the door for anybody that you don't know necessarily, and have somebody you can contact, whether they're close by or not. Somebody can come back and help you, and I guess now have 911 on speed dial.
Troopers with Kentucky State Police said the public is not in danger. In Knott County, Austin Hicks, WYMT Mountain News.
The identity of the man killed has not been released yet. One man is facing 9 counts of attempted murder following a weekend shooting in Perry County. Deputies with the Perry County Sheriff's Office were called to Happy Circle after 20-year-old Damian Stacy reportedly fired several shots at a home. April Lewis says she heard the shooting and says she's not sure if she wants to continue living in the area.
It just kind of blows my mind that used to you didn't have to worry about that. And so I honestly don't feel safe here anymore. And I've actually been talking to my husband. It's like, I don't even know if I want to live here. I'm scared to go outside.
Lewis says she has lived in that area for more than a year and has not heard of anything like this happening before. A Lawrence County man was arrested on charges related to child sexual abuse material. Police arrested 50-year-old Michael Hunnall of Louisa last week following an internet crimes against children investigation. Troopers with KSP say equipment used to facilitate the crime was found when a search warrant was conducted on Butterfly Drive in Lawrence County. Hunnall was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. A road in Laurel County was closed earlier today due to a crash. It happened on South Main Street, and it was closed from Barberville Street to Armory Street. It was closed for several hours, but has since reopened. No word on if there were any injuries.